Next week is Christmas, and the week after that is New Year's. 2020 has been quite a year. A tough year in a lot of ways, and in a lot of ways, a lot of opportunity. Dan and I have both said that QLA's time has never been any better than right now, and I really believe that. Deals are on sale. You, in most places, are quarantined or can't travel, which makes doing this by Zoom, contacting people, contacting lawyers, contacting accountants, much, much easier. I told about when I was selecting the accounting firm for the venture I'm doing with Dan that I did 3 interviews with accounting firms within, I think it was 2.5 hours. What I used to have to do was travel. I would have had to travel to Boston. I would have had to travel to New York. That would have taken 3 days probably to get all those meetings in. Same thing with Dream Team members. So the timing has never been better for using the tools, assembling things more quickly than has been done in the past, and the opportunities. A lot of people in these times are looking for a steady hand on the tiller, if you will, and your Dream Team can absolutely do that. So when you're looking at 2020, for some of you that I've worked with, it's a great year. Closed deals, all of that is great. For some of you, you haven't progressed as much as you wanted to. Put that behind you, learn from it, focus in these next couple of weeks on 2021 and what you're going to do differently. A couple of things I would suggest is to look at what's gone wrong in 2020. There are free materials on my site, there's free materials on Dan's site. Go ahead and understand the QLA steps. The process that Dan created more than 27 years ago now is still working as well as it did back then, in many ways better than it is, but critically important is to follow the steps. And then every day, work this program. Contact board members. Keep them advised of what the progress is. Reach out to sellers after you've completed the steps and got your professionals on board every day. And just make that a habit. One of the best tools that I know to do that is what's called the Ivy Lee method. You don't need to buy anything for it. Just every night, write down the 6 things that will move your needle the most towards your goal and put those in order of what should be done and what should be done first. And if you do that and work that list, calling sellers, sending letters to sellers, email, cold calls, whatever it is, put those down and then work that list consistently. Motivation is important. Inspiration is important. And it's important once you build this Dream Team to use this Dream Team. They are tremendously talented if you've chosen the right group, and they can add to your success, I think, exponentially. And why wouldn't you use them? A lot of people go through the effort of building the Dream Team, getting their professionals, and then don't use them. It's like having the best tools and leaving them in the toolbox, having a thoroughbred and leaving it in the stable. Let them run. They want to help, and that will get you there much, much quicker. And I want to leave you with 2 quotes. I'm going to put these images up for you, but I think they're both important to remember. The first one is, when writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. An awful lot of people end up not taking action because of what someone else is going to think. Also, they don't take action and procrastinate because of fear. You can have fear and still move forward. That's what courage is. You will make mistakes by definition. An awful lot of people tell me, well, I don't want to screw up. Well, guess what? You're going to screw up. You're going to fail your way to success. The Dream Team and professionals will give you the wisdom so you can avoid a lot of those mistakes. But that's going to happen. So you just push forward. You push forward in spite of your fears and in spite of your concerns. Keep pushing forward. And the last one was a quote that I saw probably 30 years ago, impacted me deeply, and I ended up having a meme created for it, which I'll show. And that was, imagine if hell was having to watch an endless movie of what your life could have been had you put in the work to achieve your dreams. For me, really powerful. So think about that when you think about 2020. Is that the kind of year that you want to look back on and say, wow, what a great year? For some people that have followed the steps and, in fact, closed deals, they've said absolutely it is. For some people, they've said they've made no progress. So think about that. What has to change? So I hope that as you look at 2021, you'll realize that this is a time for QLA, that if you put the team around you correctly, this can be done. The proof of that is all the deals that have been done, and Dan has certainly talked about a lot of those, as have I. The process works. Whether it works for you, can't guarantee that, but the process works. So I wish you the best in 2021. Have a good Christmas and New Year's, but really grab this by the throat and push forward in 2021. And I think if you do that consistently, you will be pleasantly surprised at what happens to you next year.